Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of EdgeMasterGaming, where today we're going to be covering the new PM-9 update for Project Lazarus. As always, I'll do my best to try to provide insight and footage to each portion of the update as best as I can. The only exception is to the portions of the update that are self-explanatory. But of course, before we get started, if you like these videos, do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button below. Also, don't forget to check out the description box for timestamps and site links that help support EdgeMasterGaming. Alright guys, let's get started. Starting from the top, and the reason why you guys are here, is the PM-9, which is a Japanese fully automatic submachine gun with a very high cyclic rate that has been added to the mystery box. It carries 25 in the magazine with 275 in reserves. On top of the high fire rate, it also has high recoil. When firing on any zombies, it's best to tap the trigger to ensure the aim stays true for your target. It can one-shot with double tap to round 7, and because it's a submachine gun, your movement speed doesn't get hindered at all. Now let's see this gun in action. The pack version of this weapon, Perpetual Motion, is upgraded to 32 in the magazine and 384 in reserves. It can one-shot to round 19 and carries the Relentless module, where sprinting partially reloads the magazine and temporarily boosts handling. So what this means is that every time you need to perform a reload, whether full or partial, if you sprint, you will receive a Relentless buff. It will place 4 bullets from your reserves into the magazine. In addition, your handling when firing the weapon is also better. I found on the Project Lazarus wiki that the buff boosts the weapon's handling by reducing aim and sprint raise times by 35% and reducing gun kick and recoil by 20%. And the last thing that you guys need to know is that if you sprint again when the buff is active, it restarts the duration. The buff is only supposed to last 1.2 seconds. Now let's see this gun at work. Overall, the things I like about this gun is the high fire rate and the cool reload on an empty magazine. If you haven't tried this gun out yet, you need to. The module isn't really the best, as it will be difficult to run and fire on the zombies consistently. Aside from that, I think you guys will like it. I'd say this gun is good to use till about round 30 before swapping for a new weapon. Next up on our list is the Remington 870, the Benelli M4, and the M26 mask. They all had updates done to their animation code. Now I checked the Remington, and at first I couldn't really tell the difference in the before and after, but after a few replays I can see the reload animation is a little bit more polished. As an example, here's the animation of the Remington before. Now here's the animation of the Remington after. Did you guys see the difference? Now unfortunately I don't have any before and after footage of the other weapons, so we'll move on to the next part of the update. Next up we have the AWP, the Barrett 50 cal, Dragunov SVU, and the MSSR, where they all had their inspect animations added. You can see the new animations here. Up next we have the ray gun, where players no longer have completely stiff arms when holding it. As seen here, this player's arms refuse to move, almost as if they were glued by her side. And here's a player after the update being able to move naturally. Our next portion of the update covers the knife, where you can now see when other players use the knife in third person. You can see the animation here. Now I know that went by kind of quickly, so I'm going to replay it and slow it down a bit. Next we have the weapon framework, where there were updates to the animation code to be less spaghetti. The only one that I can really provide any input on is the one where Logitech potentially fixed a bug where reloading out of the sprint can occasionally cause the first frame of the reload animation to momentarily freeze up. I have quite a few vids on Project Lazarus, but unfortunately I can't seem to locate one with this freezing animation. If I come across one, I'll provide it in a future video. Moving on to tracers, where the third-person bullet tracers are rendered. And here's a look at the tracers from a third-person point of view. Next up we have Revive, where you can now see when other players are in the middle reviving. Here's a revive before the update.
_bandit. Oh no! And
here's the revive after. Notice that he's no longer holding his ray gun while he's reviving the downed player. Our next portion of the update is player Ragdolls, where downed players that bleed out no longer die with cramped necks. Here's what it looked like before the update. This player here is a perfect example. What would happen is that the player's neck position would always remain at this angle. Like, imagine this wall not even being here and his body being in this position. And here's the one after. Nope, the neck isn't cramped anymore, that's for sure. Next on our list is the heads up display, where Logitech potentially fixed a rare bug where the screen would remain red after getting revived. So this is pretty straightforward. I don't have any footage in the archives that shows this, so let's just move on. Next we have the power up, where an occasional bug was fixed where power up drops would visually linger on the map after being collected. And here's an example of this bug here.
oh, did Vex just go to?
Let's see that one more time, but in slow motion.
Oh, did Vex just go to?
Moving on to the mystery box, where Logitech fixed an extremely rare bug involving the Pack-a-Punch machine that allowed for multiple wonder weapons in the game. I'm not quite sure what this is, but I'm assuming when the Pack-a-Punch machine would take the Frostbite to upgrade it, it probably tricked the game into thinking that no one had Frostbite, allowing you to grab another one from the mystery box. If anyone has any insight to this bug, please put it in the comment section down below. Coming to the end here, we have Perk Machines, where it is now possible to see others drinking perks in third person. Now here's a quick demo of what this looks like. But before I show you this, I just have to give a special thanks to these guys here. I asked them to pick up Dragunov so that I could record them for this video, and they followed through. Moving on to research and game badges, where the Roblox audio asset has been unblocked, reverted the research musical Easter egg changes. In addition, the game badge has been renamed to the original song title, See You In You Know What. These are pretty self-explanatory, so I won't go into this any further. And last on our list is player spawning, where Logitech updated player spawn code when round starts for players who have recently died. I don't recall a time where I couldn't get back into the game during round change if I died. If anyone has any insight on this update as well, please share it down below. Well guys, that's going to do it for this latest update on Project Lazarus. I hope you enjoyed the video. I apologize for not getting this video done earlier. I was taking a much needed break from YouTube. Either way guys, let me know in the comment section down below on what you think of the new update. And as always guys, remember to have fun, take care, and God bless.